All right, so what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna kind of give a basic overview, and y'all have a wonderful guide in front of you. So are y'all familiar with cleansing, toning, and moisturizing? Have y'all ever heard of those 3 steps? Okay, awesome. So we're just gonna touch on each step, and I'll give you a little bit of information about what to know. So when you go to the drugstore aisle, obviously there's tons of products, but when you really break it down, when you look at cleansers, there are cleansers that have medicine in them, so usually salicylic acid or benzoyl peroxide, and then there are cleansers that don't have anything, so we say they're non-medicated. So typically, kind of around teenage years, we'll have one cleanser in the shower and one at your sink, and so we can think of it as having one medicated cleanser in one location and then a non-medicated one in the other. And so that's obviously going to be a very important step. And then the other important step with skincare is moisturizing your skin, because we always want to make sure that we're replenishing it. So you can actually break out from having dry skin because your body's going to compensate and it's going to produce more oil if you're dry. And so then you just end up breaking out as well. And sometimes it seems like everything's making you break out. But with the medicated cleanser, those ingredients are actually going to help with breakouts and help prevent. And then with moisturizers, we have moisturizers that you can use morning and night, but in the morning we want to make sure that we have one that has sunscreen in it. So I brought a few products to kind of like demonstrate and show you. For example, this is a non-medicated cleanser. The way that you know is when you turn it around on the back, if there's active ingredients, and they're going to be in like a little rectangular box that says active ingredients. So, and they usually advertise it on the front. So this is a non-medicated. And then this is another great example I like this cleanser a lot for teenagers because it has salicylic acid. So you see it says salicylic acid on the front. And then actually on this one, when you turn it around, you have to peel this back, but it has the active ingredients, and it gives you the percentage of the active ingredient as well, which can be helpful. So then when the next important step is just moisturizing. That's like a basic skincare routine. And so, like I said, there are moisturizers. These are examples of some. Sometimes they'll say that they're nighttime moisturizers, which means they just don't have sunscreen in them. And then there are moisturizers for the morning that do have sunscreen. So I have 2 examples here. What we're looking for is SPF 30. And then I like for people to know the difference between a chemical sunscreen and a physical sunscreen. Have y'all ever heard of that at all by chance? So there are 2 different ways that skincare products protect us from the sun. Some of the ingredients actually protect us through like a chemical reaction on our skin. And then there are some that are like physically blocked. So that's going to be the zinc oxide and titanium dioxide. So again, with these products, when you turn it around, the SPF ingredients, where it says active ingredients, are going to be in a rectangular box here. And this is listed right here at the top. So the goal when I'm like treating someone, if they're having breakouts or for whatever reason, is to feel confident in just wearing your sunscreen as a moisturizer in the morning, like kind of as your makeup. So there are some that are tinted. It's really hard to find a tinted physical or mineral sunscreen that has SPF 30 at the drugstore, but this Flourish Posay is actually an example. And so you can see that it does have a little tint, and I'll let y'all play around with this. It's really lightweight, but because it's tinted, it kind of can serve as a makeup, or that's the goal. So it's super efficient. And then this is an example of one that's SPF 30 and it's a physical sunscreen, but it's non-tinted. So we'll get to like feel some of the textures of those as well. And then the next step that we'll kind of add, if you are breaking out, we want to make sure you have the medicated cleanser, and then we can add something called toning pads, or just a toner. So there are liquid toners, and then there are actually like toning pads that the pad already has the solution in it, which I am a huge fan of these because they're super, super simple to get on your skin. And sometimes in the morning, if you don't feel like cleaning your skin, you can just use a toner and then put on a sunscreen, moisturizer, and you're good. So that's like a basic routine that's going to help with breakouts. And then at night, we always want to make sure that we are cleaning our skin because we have like oil and dirt from the day, even if we don't wear makeup. So that is where the oil cleanse comes in, because an oil cleanser is going to break down oil, and so it's going to help remove makeup, and then you use your regular cleanser, and you can do a toner or not, and then your moisturizer. So sometimes you just have to start doing it, and then it becomes really simple.